This ex-marine strangled his wife and two sons so he could marry his wife's childhood friend. In May 2009, Chris Coleman called police from a gym, saying he couldn't get hold of his wife or his two sons. He then asked officers to check on them. When they arrived at the family's home in Colombia, they found a nightmare. His wife, Sherry, and their two boys had all been strangled in their beds. On the wall, someone has pre-painted chilling messages that read, "I'm always watching, punished, and you told." It looked like the family had been murdered by a dangerous stalker, and that is exactly what Coma wants everyone to believe. For months, he had been telling people that someone was threatening his family because of his job as head of security for Joyce Meyer. He even showed police threatening emails, and Sherry became so terrified that she stopped letting the boys play outside. But there was one huge problem. The stalker didn't exist. Investigators discovered Chris had been living a double life. He was having an affair with Tara Lynns, his wife's childhood friend. He wanted to marry her, but divorcing Sherry would have cost him his well-paying job because the ministry had a strict policy against divorce. So Chris came up with a solution. He spent months sending threatening emails to himself, creating the perfect stalker, or so he thought. But digital forensic experts traced those emails back to his own home internet and work laptop. Then investigators found the same brand of red paint used at the crime scene inside his work vehicle. And handwritten experts concluded the writing on the walls matched his own. His alibi didn't survive either. Chris claimed he left while his family was still alive, but the medical examiner determined they were killed between 3 o'clock and 5 o'clock a.m. while he was still at home. And investigators uncovered a secret phone filled with messages between Chris and Tara. In one of them, he promised he would be free to marry her by May 5, the exact day his wife and children were murdered. In 2011, a jury found Chris Coleman guilty of murdering his wife and two sons. He was sentenced to 3 consecutive life terms without the possibility of parole. Chris is the perfect definition of a greedy and wicked man. Like, it was not enough he cheated on her. He wanted her out of the way. If he really loved his sweetheart that much, just quit your job and marry that person. Why do you have to kill your wife?